The thumbnail of this video is clickbait. It's more like this. See, for your normal Skyblock player, getting level 462 would be a player's definition of 100% in the game. But that isn't even it. What if I said level 462, which takes thousands of hours to get, isn't even close to complete true 100% of Skyblock? But since I have a feeling that no human being will be able to fully beat the game, you'll see later why, I created a robot called Skybot, and he only has one goal in mind: fully 100% the game. Now, the first goal is to max all your skills. Max every single slayer, beat every single island, get every single catacomb skill maxed, as well as beat every floor, max every single event, max every action shot, donate every item to the museum, do everything related to mining, get every pet, max every collection, craft minions, and get every rabbit in the game. Now, there's a lot more, but it would take too long to name them all. But if we do all of that, Skybot will get level 462. But how long is that in hours? Well, if you look at Candy Pats and Vid's video, we'll see that it took them 6,000 hours for them to get level 461. But what about the extra one level? Surely that would only be a few hours for one level. But since this one level is locked behind by finding every rabbit in the game, people have said it takes years. But let's just say Skybot has average luck, and since he's going to be playing this game 24/7, he's going to get every single egg and rabbit. So, what are the odds? Well, the odds for a divine rabbit is 1 in 2,001 eggs, but some items are bringing down to only 1 in 1,681 eggs. So statistically speaking, it would take 8,405 eggs alone to get 5 divine rabbits. Now, mythic rabbits. Now, each mythic rabbit gives 10 Skyblock XP, and that's up to 8. So that's how many rabbits we need to find. To find a mythic, it's 1 in 500 eggs, but again with items it's 1 in 420, and it would take 3,360 eggs to get 8 mythics. So, to get all the Skyblock XP out of rabbits, it would take 11,765 eggs. And since it takes 7 minutes for each egg, this should be 1,372 hours of pure waiting to get one Skyblock level. So that means the time it takes you to get level 462 is 7,372 hours. And that might seem like a lot, but soon you're gonna see that this would be taking one step out of a trillion steps. Now, after getting a max Skyblock level, this is where most people will say this is 100%. But it isn't even close. Next up is the max amount of money you can get. Now, there are 2 things this could mean. The first is net worth, and the second is coins. But after these calculations, they're basically going to be the same. Now, the max amount of coins anyone has in them is 124 billion coins. But this can probably go higher. But how high? Well, around 1 year ago, I made a video on the max amount of coins, and I got around 100 quadrillion. But that's not even close to the max, I think. Well, the highest number in the world is infinite, but that's infinite. It's no dead number. So let's go with our second best option, a Google. No, not the software, but Opera GX, the sponsor of today's video. Wait, no, I only have 2,000 subscribers, and that would never happen. But what could happen is you subscribing. See, YouTube has been my main goal ever since I've started playing Skyblock, and being up with the big guys. And you can make that dream a reality by just pressing one button. Listen, I know I sound really annoying right now. Hell, when I hear these type of things, I just skip through them. But I put a lot of effort into these videos, so a single click would mean so much to me. But that aside, let's get back to the video. So, our second best option is like Google, which has 100 zeros into it. And to put that into perspective, you could buy 5 non-Victilian Hyperions. A single non-Victilian has 90 zeros behind it. So let's just say you have enough Hyperions. But how long would it take to get a Google? Well, since the economy only has 75 quadrillion coins in it, we would have to use NPC sell price. But since you can only sell 200 million coins a day into NPCs, we would have to make only 200 million coins every single 24 hours, which is a day. So, it would take 68 quinvictillion years to get the max amount of coins. Now, that is a lot of years, but we still have a lot more to go through. Now, we need to get every single RNG drop in the game. These are counting every single die, Legon's handle, Divan's alloy, Warden's heart, and so much more. But there are too many variables, such as killing a tier 5 vampire for a Siberia die, which takes 3 minutes for each boss. Well, for a different die or even a single item, it goes to killing a single mob, which takes under a second to do. So, I'm going to do some averaging here. Let's say every RNG item has a 1 out of 20,000 chance to drop every 30 seconds. And with the max magifying cap, which is 900, brings the odds down to 1 out of 2,222 chance to get an RNG. And let's just say there are 250 RNGs in the game. So to get every single RNG, it would take 18 hours. And 18 hours times 250 is 4,500 hours. Which is only 187 days of straight grinding and playing Skyblock 24/7. And while we're doing this bit, we might as well get the rarest thing that can happen in Skyblock. Now, the rarest thing in Skyblock is getting every drop possible from a lava blaze, which is a 1 in a 5.5 nom-6 But this is a bit outdated. This information was before the dies update, and I made one of the die drops 4 times as easier to get, and made one of the other die gone from the leaderboard, so it made it way easier to get. And after doing the maths, it's roughly a 1 in unvictillion chance to get one. And let's just say we have godlike RNG and we spawn a lava blaze every single 5 seconds. This would mean it would take 158 non-victillion years to get this. Oh boy. So, to recap everything, if you had 7,372 hours plus 68 quinvictillion years plus 4,500 hours plus 158 non-victillion years, this all adds up to 68 octovictillion years, which sadly means by this amount of time, the entire universe would have been gone for quadrillions amount of years, and it would only be Skybot and his godlike computer floating in space forever. But there's even more. Now we need to enchant every single armor piece, weapon, and tools. First, let's start off with the armor. There are 2,228 pieces of armor, 101 equipment pieces, 106 swords, 21 bows, and 121 tools in the game. And that all adds up to 2,597 items to enchant and upgrade. Now, we are going to do a bit of maths. With our sword, we have 42 unique enchantments, and all these enchantments have levels. So, for all the enchantment levels, I'm going to say they all average out to 6 levels for each enchantment level. So for swords, there are 252 unique enchantments I could put on a sword. So that makes it have 26,712 different combinations. Now for bows, there are 6,048 different combinations. For tools, there are 23,580. For equipment, there are 2,525 different combinations. And for armor, there is a massive 1,560 different combinations. Now, let's just say it takes 3 minutes each to craft all of these. That would mean it would take 23,021 hours to make all of these. Now, compared to what Skybot has done, this is nothing. But to a normal player, this playtime would be 100% in the game over 6 times. But there's more. Now we need to get number 1 in every single leaderboard in the game. Now, there are hundreds of leaderboards to complete, from the most gold collection to most deaths to a cavitak. I bet you didn't even know what I was until now. So, how do we calculate all these leaderboards? Well, after spending half an hour on tallying up all the leaderboards, there are 1,252 different leaderboards in the game. So, let's make an average and say it takes around 50 hours to max each leaderboard. That would be 62,600 hours of pure grinding, which equals to 2,600 days of pure grinding on each leaderboard. This would be doing a modernized potato, which is 211 hours, over 296 times. But there's even more. Now we need to max every single stat in the game. There's 50 main stats and 4 whip stats. Technically there are 6, but 2 of them can be used in the overworld. Let's start off with how to max the whip stats. With mana regen, you must get a lively sub-outro chestplate, a max Montezuma with dead catfield applied to it, a dead donor artifact, and rift necklace to get the max 98 mana regen in the rift. With hearts, you need to get 3 pieces of armor, a maxed out rift necklace, and a vampire dentist relic to get the max 15 hearts. The maxed out rift damage, you must get a silver twist karambit, leggings of the coven, a rift necklace, a strength elixir, a withered tuber, and blood effigies, which all adds up to 55 rift damage. Next is rift time, but there are too many variables and it would be very boring of me just listing every item here that gives rift time. So the max you can have is 4,113 seconds, which is 68 minutes of pure rift time. Now that's the rift finish, but we still have 50 stats to do, and that's going to take a lot of time. So I want to upload this video already, so let's just say 5,000 hours of maximum stats. Now there's one more thing left to do. Well, that is to repeat this in all 5 profile slots on every Minecraft account, which is doing all of this 1.3 billion times over and over and over, which all adds up to 10 untricktillion years of playing Skyblock with no break. That is followed by 97 zeros. Now it's pretty safe to say by this time there would be no evidence of life left over. Now, what about Skybot? Well, Skybot is now the #1 Hypixel Skyblock player in the universe, and will be for the rest of time. And now, he's finally completed his goal, and 100%ed the game. Hey, if you want to see me try to get Hyperion in under 48 hours on a new profile, watch this video. But until next time, I'll see you soon. What was that? Cherry?